What that? Ashes?
It worked.
There we go.
Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes who knows how far down.
Or who goes how far up? You never know. The basement lab. When the medics give you a recipe to a medicine in the pharmacy, they have to give you the generic one. There are ones that the public sanitary system pays part or whole of.
Way tinier than any of Darling's.
The company doesn't matter, but they can't recipe a branded medicine, only generic ones. Yeah, I think that's just a normal thing about healthcare. Is like they can't recommend a specific brand because, well, why would they? That brand, for all you know, might not be available when you go and get the medicine. Also, I've got some valves to turn. Oh, excuse me, sneeze on a stream. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, here, buy a loaf of bread. No, you can't have Warburtons. You have to have Hovis or, you know, Kingsmill or whatever.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
Oh, that opened. I was not expecting that to open. Maybe I can do the valve now then. I wasn't going to turn the valve just because I wanted to, you know, explore the rest of the room, but if that door opens, then let's go do the valve. Okay. Just turn a valve. Why not? What did it do? Who knows? We'll find out when there's a gas explosion in about 30 minutes. There doesn't seem to be any more records or stuff. We can't float any higher than there. So I guess we will carry on through the heavy door. Yeah, alright. All medicines have the possibility to not be available. No, I was talking about, oh, okay. Process designer Gibbs? What is this? What are you? Oh! What kind of ability is this? I have never seen one of these sirens do something like that. Where is it? There it is. Die! Die! Honestly, that was a lot easier to handle than the normal sirens, though. Huh. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we got a new personal mod. Ammo recovery on evade use 16%. I don't know. It's an infinite mod, so it should be good, but not sure. So, did turning the valve make that happen, or was that just going to happen no matter what? Actually, when we came to... Ooh.
Only mini.
Yeah, it does, actually. Actually, when we came to town the first time that I went to the pharmacy to get my medicine, they didn't have it. I suppose that could happen, so I went many days before I finished my current one so they could get more. They actually asked me, are you going to need it more times to get more than just one or two? Anti-epileptics aren't very used here in little towns. Yeah, that does sound like a very specialized kind of medicine to have. So they'd have to be, like, I guess, notified of when the next time they need to stock it.
Is this in some kind of code? I can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash's secret lab.
Okay. So yeah, like... But in theory, if it's a very common medicine, then they should have it in stock. And if not, chances are you'll need a prescription for it anyway. So by the time you get your prescription written to you by the doctor, you give it to the pharmacy, they should be able to say, yeah, it'll be here in 3 days, 2 days, whatever it may be. Okay. Yeah, that valve really did not do anything, did it? Just there to turn. Okay, well, let's have a look at the notes that we got from Ash's table. Correspondence, Northmore. Final warning from the desk of Director Northmore to Dr. Theodore Ash Jr. As Director of the Federal Bureau of Control and chosen representative / liaison / benefactor of the greater authority of the board, I demand your immediate withdrawal from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff called for swift reassignment of all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the board itself. This is their house and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally, such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but out of respect for your late father, consider this instead my final warning. The board and Director Ash chose me as successor to the office, and no amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, and by extension, better than the board. Permit me to assure you that this is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. What a put down. That is very much a get in line, Ash. So let's go... Yeah. Let's go to the upper warehouse and we'll see if we can't... Actually, no, I don't need to. We've already got the 5 ID cards. There's that other Hisnode thing that we can maybe look at, but... Otherwise, I think we're fine. Yeah. So there's a hole there. Hole there. Yeah, there's plenty of holes actually, so... Well, we got the notes, so let's go back to Emily. Fast travel. Back to Crossroads. We actually don't use paper prescriptions now, we use our health cards. The doctors just put there the medicines and we go with the card to the pharmacy. They use that card and with that they see what they need to give us. Really? We're still on paper. That's really interesting. Like, you'd think they'd want to do that anyway, because obviously you give someone a health card that is registered to them. You've got their medical history on file anyway, so that makes perfect sense. You show the card and you get what you need. That sounds like a great idea.
I found Ash's secret lab. Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details. Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape. Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
No doubt.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note. Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? So it looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy. This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks. Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
She's a workaholic.
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse.
Uh-huh. Sure. Alright, well, that's completed. Oh, she got something new to say?
The nail is almost repaired. You really do have a knack for this kind of work.
Ooh, yeah, okay. The nail.
Any progress with the nail? Of course. I've been busy with surface analysis. Its composition is remarkably similar to that of material found in the astral plane, but it alters itself between my observations. It's almost as if it doesn't like being examined.
Would you?
So the nail is from the astral plane? Not necessarily. See, if we assume that, we're suddenly facing a lot of new questions. How did something so large get out of the astral plane? How did it get inside the oldest house? Did a threshold bring it in? Did people? Maybe through the motel.
Maybe it was always here.
Doubtful.
The prescriptions are on the health card. In some cases where the doctor has to see if you still need them, the prescriptions in the history can expire. I think the pharmacy can still see the expired ones, but obviously can't give you the medicine. I mean, why would they, like, not give you medicine if they can see that you used to have it, but the prescription just expires? Like, I don't understand when prescriptions would expire. Like, surely if a medicine is provided to you once, you should be able to get it again if you need it. In that case, you have to go to your doctor to reactivate the prescription. Okay, I guess. The doctors probably want to do a re-examination to say, hey, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, let's see how this prescription is doing. If it's not working as well as it should be, let's change it up. Okay, that makes more sense.
Have you spent any time looking into the crystals growing around here?
As if I could resist. The biggest question is where it comes from. A threshold? Or is it native to the Foundation? But if so, why doesn't it grow in the rest of the oldest house? The fact that they returned to an earlier state when damaged is severely inconsistent with our reality's adherence to linear time. So either they're A, partially conscious, or B, organic elements that are foreign to and yet influenced by our dimension. The jury's still out. Have you learned anything about the crystals?
They destroy and I can make them.
Lets me stretch them.
Huh. Yep.
You get the feeling like Jesse's kind of not dumb, but very much like a, yeah, I could move him around. That's cool, I guess. Not quite as fascinated by everything as Emily is.
Any idea what Marshall would be doing down here?
That information is on a need-to-know basis, Faden.
I'm the director.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. But honestly, I never had much interaction with Marshall. She only came to me when she was looking for Darling. But this is Helen Marshall we're talking about, the woman who single-handedly dealt with the Bergen Peak AWE.
Bergen Peak?
If she's down here, it's because she needs to be.
Well, clearly she couldn't handle this one on her own.
Bergen
I'll see you
Peak,
later,
you say?
Good luck. Take notes.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the warehouse just to do another quick, like, float down. See if we can't find a different entrance into, you know, those different places we saw. Let's see. I guess I should start working on the seas next. Makes sense. Yay! All lasts longer. So now we can seize an additional enemy and have even longer after that as well. Cool. Alright, let's fast travel back to the warehouse. Right. I don't exactly know. Maybe when the doctor does the prescription, they put a date or something on it when it should be reactivated. Maybe, too, they don't let doctors to put a non-expirable prescription. Maybe a max duration and things like that. Oh, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, actually. Because you don't want people, you know, having withdrawal symptoms when it comes to, you know, medicine. And you don't want them to gain an immunity to the medicine either. So that makes sense as well. I need to go higher up if I can. I don't know if this is the right way to go higher up. Like, my experience of medicine, I don't really, like, use medicine that much. Like, obviously we have paracetamol and ibuprofen when we, you know, need painkillers and so on. But otherwise, generally, I'm kind of like, don't use medicine that much. So a lot of my experience with medicine comes from, like, watching medical TV shows. And they're like, yes, we must make sure that we don't let the patient get withdrawal symptoms or build up a resistance to this medicine because it could kill them if they do. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah, I did know to go higher up, actually. Now I think about it. Oh, well. Can I fuck to you? There we go. Okay. I guess I'll clear out all the hiss and go higher up again. For example, in my case, I already had to reactivate my medicine. In my case, I only had to call my doctor. He didn't do an exam. It was all done by phone. Well, I wonder if they would do that normally, though. Like, usually they'd be like, we want to see you in person because, you know, that makes sense. But also, with the pandemic going on, it's a lot harder to see people in person, as you can imagine. Die, damn it. Seized. Ooh. There we go. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Ooh. Oh, I didn't realize I could make a wall here. You all dead? Yeah, it sounds like you're all dead. Cool. Alright. Probably the very first doctor that put my prescription used a very short duration. Don't know if that was intentional or not. In some cases, you go there and the receptionist, not the doctor, reactivates it. Ooh. Didn't mean to do that. Ooh. That's what I get for not paying attention. I don't know how the system works exactly. Well, I assume that the receptionist can see the same information that your doctor provides. And they're like, oh yeah, we can give you this. I assume that to be a receptionist in a pharmacy or a doctor's surgery and so on, you kind of have to have a level of medical knowledge. Like, if the doctor prescribes you... Let's say the doctor prescribes you 100 milligrams of a certain type of medicine, and you're only supposed to have 10. The receptionist should be like, yeah, that's a typo. The doctor's not supposed to do that. That'll kill you. I know that nurses tend to be underappreciated for being able to spot that kind of thing with doctors who are newly qualified or, you know, just make a mistake. Because, you know, anyone can do a typo. When my grandmother was still alive, I remember that I went a lot of times with her health card to the medical center to reactivate the medicines and then go to the pharmacy to pick them up. Usually... How do you... In the way we do it in the UK is you can go to the pharmacy to pick up someone's medicine, but you have to know their, you know, medical information, their date of birth, things like that, and then also their address. So you're not accidentally picking up something that's meant for someone else. Although, now that I think about it, that should really mean you should take an ID card. Never mind, you know, just knowing that information. Because you could just easily say, oh yeah, that's me. You know, totally me. Okay, so... Is this floor 5? I have a feeling this is floor 5. And if it is floor 5, then that would suggest the hiss nodes are above me. Which means that I can't necessarily find where to go with them. Like, this is all intense blackness. It's all blackness as well. Alright. Hopefully the lifts come back now. Maybe the hiss nodes are there just for, like, visual effect? I don't know. Alright, lift's here. Alright, lift's been called. Go to the upper warehouse. Are there still hiss nodes around here? Yes. Yes. The thing that makes me think that we have to destroy them is that they're all on different sides of the lift. Which kind of implies that you need to figure out a way to destroy them. But, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's possible. Oh well. I think we've explored that enough now, so we can move on. Geronimo! Ta-da! Okay, so the next place to go would be Crossroads? Yes. To the Crossroads. I don't know why it works that way, but maybe it's not for letting the doctor put an infinite prescription and to make sure the patient goes to see the doctor every now and then to do a checkup and see if the meds are still needed or to adjust them. Yeah, I guess the other thing with that is people could also get repeat prescriptions for medicine they don't need and then go ahead and sell them. Now, I don't know if that's a big thing in, like, you know, European and UK countries, but I imagine that's a not insignificant thing for people in the US. To be like, hey, here's some medicine. I'll sell it for you for like 50% discount, but you give the money to me instead of the pharmacy. Here we are. Made it. Okay. Base camp. You put the base camp almost like the furthest point away. You know? Hello. You just disappeared. I saw an enemy around here. He's gone now. Hello. Hello. Is that all of them? Sounds like that was all of them. Cool. Alright, what leads to a dead end? That's a dead end. Alley-oop. Treasure. Lovely treasure. I like treasure. Doo-doo-doo. Jesse just scraping her head against all the stalactites. Well, we have in House MD a great example of US prescription control. Yeah, exactly. Like I think I started mentioning it, but didn't actually finish my thought. A lot of it is from my medical knowledge is from TV shows like House MD. I should really go back and finish watching that at some point. Like, I'm sure I've said this before, but I started watching it but didn't actually finish it, and then got the ending spoiled for me. But I actually do want to go watch it all the way through. Any more hiss? Strange. Hello. You're a big one. Fly, my floaties. Oh dear. Did the big one die? No, he just got caught. Get a good hit in while I float away. Oh, I saw that come in and I thought I blocked it. Oh well. Where's the big one gone? He's disappeared. Music's still going though. Hello, big man. Shooting your chain gun. Where are you? Oh, he's actually literally disappeared. Huh. Alright. Well, I think we're safe to explore now. Where are we? The Fractured Cavern. This leads to a dead end. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Excuse me? Okay, dodge efficiency. Still haven't found anything like absolutely amazing in terms of new personal mods or weapon mods, but I'm sure there'll be some to come later. Right. We got some notes. Any notes? Anything for me to read? Staircase to nowhere. I didn't finish House either. I know the ending though. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you can kind of predict what the ending is going to be anyway, because you know that's just how that kind of TV show, the plot progresses and so on. But still, it's not the kind of thing that you want to know beforehand, before watching it at least. Right, so there isn't actually anything to do with this big structure, it looks like. Like, I climbed on top of it before, but there wasn't anything... Oh no, there's this. Let's get this. Thank you. Ooh. Melee source gain. Personal mods are full. Really do need to find something to spend all this material on, because I'm very rich, but I have nothing to spend it on. Right, so on the highest part of it, look towards the lights. No, okay. Right, well, let's just go forward then. This way. The thing with a lot of TV series with multiple seasons is that sometimes the last season of them aren't as good. Well, I think it's a natural thing of when TV shows...
Newer. Is it from the upper floors?
When TV shows continue on, it's usually because the broadcasting company have asked the people who created the show to carry on making seasons for it. And the people who created it don't necessarily want to do it. So that's why they're not as good. But there is a couple of TV shows that, like, are longer, but, you know, they're quite good for them. So the main one that I like is Scrubs. And it's always a funny thing of, if you just ignore the final season, which is kind of a spin-off season anyway, all of Scrubs is a great TV show. Another classic example now is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones seasons 1 to 4, I think, are like some of the best seasons on television. And then you get from season 5 to season 8, it's like, it's not as good. Like, they ruined the ending in season 8 somewhat, so it's like, yeah, just, you know, never mind. Like, I saw something that was quite, like, funny, because I hadn't thought about it before now, but...
There's
oh, hello.
behind that his barrier.
Collapsed apartment. Interesting.